Welcome everyone to the complete project of SQL injection detection using logistic regression. So we are going to discuss about the concepts like how to import the dataset for our project and how to train the dataset using logistic regression, and also we are going to discuss about how to save the trained model. At last we are going to discuss about how to use the trained model to predict our output for our project SQL injection detection using logistic regression. So this course is very useful for the students who are trying to create logistic regression project for the first time. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to the first class. We are going to discuss about our project SQL injection detection using random forest. For our project we are going to use Google Colab. So you have to create new notebook. So after creating the new notebook, you have to type your project name. So I am going to type SQL injection detection using random forest. So after typing your project name, you have to change your runtime. I am going to select CPU. If you want GPU, you can also use that. So now we are going to discuss about what are all the packages we need to import for our project. So first we need to import the important package pandas. So you have to type import pandas as PD. For reading our dataset, we need to import pandas. So after that we need to import numpy. And then we are going to import pickle for saving our model. You have to use the pickle package. Now we are going to import our model using the sklearn package. You have to type sklearn dot, and then you have to import the sub package random forest classifier. So it is a classifier algorithm which classifies our output whether the SQL injection is detected or not. And then we need to import the second package, model selection. So inside that we need to import train test split. If you want to split your dataset, you have to use train test split. And then we need to import the accuracy package. You have to type from sklearn.metrics import accuracy score. So after that we need to import sklearn dot feature extraction from text import TF-IDF vectorizer. So we need to convert the features into numerical data. So for that we need to use TF-IDF vectorizer. So you have to run the code. You can see all the packages are successfully imported. So in the next class we are going to discuss our dataset. Welcome everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about our dataset. So we are going to use the CSV file for our dataset. It contains the columns like query and then label. So query contains all the SQL commands, and then label contains the values like 1 and 0. So 1 is for SQL injection and 0 is for not SQL injection, normal SQL code. So you can see all the SQL injection commands. So we are going to use the CSV file to train our model, and then we are going to save the model. So by saving our model, we can use the model for real-time project. For that only we need to use the CSV file for our dataset. You have to import the dataset, and then you have to use the pandas for reading the dataset. You have to type df equal to pd dot read CSV. So if your file is Excel, you have to type the format Excel. read Excel. If your file is CSV, you can type read CSV. So if you want to view the top values of your Excel, you have to type get function. It will show the top values. You can see 0 to 4 and then query and then label. So if you want to view bottom values, you have to type tail function. Tail of file. You have to run the code. So you can see the bottom values 72. Also, if you want to view the information about your dataset, you have to use the function info of. It will show the information about your dataset. So you can see 73 rows and then 2 columns, and then you can see the memory usage and then data type. So these are all the information about your dataset. So we have successfully imported our dataset. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to train our dataset using random forest classifier. So before that, we need to separate the dataset. So you have to type the variables xtrain, ytrain, xtest and ytest equal to train test split. It will split the dataset into training and test. So inside that, you have to type the x. You have to type the column values. I am going to type query, comma, and then you have to type the second column. So you have to type the variable df. So we have created df for reading our dataset. And then you have to type df of, you have to type the second column, label, comma, and then you have to type the test size 0.2. So 20% for the test and remaining 80% for training. After that, you have to type random state equal to 42. So we have successfully splitted our dataset into train and test. Now we need to extract the features and convert the features into numerical data. For that, we need to use vectorizer. You have to type vectorizer equal to tfidf vectorizer of. So after that, we need to use the xtrain and xtest to convert the features into numerical data. You have to type xtrain equal to vectorizer dot fit transform of xtrain. And then you have to type xtext equal to vectorizer dot transform of xtest. So we have successfully converted the features into numerical data. So after that, we can proceed to train our model. You have to type model equal to random forest classifier of. Inside that, you have to type the arguments n estimators equal to 100 comma random state equal to 42. So after that, we need to fit our training data set. You have to type model dot fit of xtrain comma ytrain. So you have to run the code for training our data set. So you can see our data set is successfully trained using the random forest classifier model. In the next class, we are going to complete our project. Welcome everyone. In today's class, we are going to complete our project SQL injection detection using random forest. So we need to save our model. So for that, we have to use the pickle package. So you have to type with open off. You have to type your pickle file name sql.pickle comma wb. We have to write the model as model and then you have to type pickle.dump. We are going to dump all the values from the trained model to the pickle file. You have to type model file. So you can see our model is saved. So using that model, we can create real-time project for detecting the SQL injection. Also, we need to save the vectorizer pickle file. You have to type the name of the vectorizer pickle file, comma, and then you have to type the mode WB. We have to use the write mode, and then you have to type as vectorizer file. We are going to save the vectorizer file also for predicting the output, and then you have to dump all the values. You have to type pickle.dump of vectorizer, comma, vectorizer file. All the vectorizer values will be stored in the pickle file. So we need to copy paste in the another code and then remove the code. After that you have to run the code. So you can see the pickle file is saved. So now we have successfully saved our model. After that we are going to discuss about how to use the model to predict our output. So for that you have to create a function, define SQL detect of query. We are going to use the query, and then you have to open the file. You have to open the trained pickle file, sql.pickle. We are going to open the file as read mode, and then you have to type model file. After that we need to load our model. You have to type model equal to pickle.load model file. Also we need to load our vectorizer file. So you have to type with open of tfidf vector. You have to type the file name .pkl, comma, read mode as vectorizer file. After that we need to load our file. You have to type vectorizer equal to pickle.load of vectorizer file. So I am going to change the variable load model and then load vectorizer. So after that we need to create query equal to tfidf equal to load vectorizer of transform of query. We are going to convert our query features into numerical data. So after that we are going to predict our output. So we are going to use the model for the prediction. You have to type load model of model dot predict of query tfidf. So the query tfidf contains the vectors. Using the vector we can predict our output. So we need to return SQL injection detected. If the prediction equal to 1, SQL injection is predicted, else safe. So we know that 1 is for SQL injection, 0 is for normal. So after that we are going to print the output. You have to type the name of the function SQL detect of. So inside that you can type your SQL injection commands. I'm going to type any one of the SQL injection command from our CSV file. So I'm going to copy this code and then I'm going to paste the code inside the quotation. You have to run the code. You can see our model is successfully predicted the output SQL injection. So we know that 1 is for SQL injection. So I'm going to copy another SQL command and then I'm going to paste the command and then run the code. So you can see our model is successfully predicted. So if I select normal code and then run the file, you have to run the file. So you can see safe. So that's it guys, we have successfully created our project SQL injection detection using random forest. We also trained our model and saved the model and predicted the output using the trained model. So hope you learned something from this course. Let's see you in the next course taught by me.